taking a class and making a ceramic piece, or we do art talks. So coming and listening to a lecture. So we're like a temple of experiences. I don't know if that.
Oh, that's perfect.
I love it.
Yeah. With those activities, you offer a lot of opportunities for people to come and experience the museum, participate in these activities. Have those been as successful as you think they could be?
Some are great, some are doozies. You know, it's like our art talk series. We try to do an art talk once a month, and they're free, and they're sometimes tied to the show or just on a loosely art-related topic. Like this last one we had last night was actually on branding, and kind of creating a visual brand that makes an impact. And for those art talks, we've had as little as 2 people attend to over almost 100. So, you know, I feel like we learn as we go, and we could definitely be better about being more strategic and trying to target, but sometimes you just have no idea. Like last night, 60 people showed up for that branding session. So,
how do you advertise those activities and also the museum in general to the public?
We do a lot of listings and calendars online and newspapers, and then we really try hard up here to always get playtime in local radio, whether it be interviews or recording public service type ads, and then getting picked up in the newspaper as a story, especially for our big shows. So free editorial, whatever. Yeah. But we've also we do pitch outside of that, like National Geographic Traveler did a really nice little blurb on us last summer, and via magazines done some little things. So we're getting some nice national press more and more, and the Salt Lake Tribune, every once in a while, they're getting better, the Salt Lake papers. I mean, we definitely pitch to the Salt Lake media, but sometimes they're just funny about things in Park City. They're very selective about what they pick up. Yeah. But the Park City paper and radio is really good.
Would you say that most of your visitors actually live in the Park City community area, or are most of them tourists from outside?
That's a great question, and I could try to answer it from my assumption, but I don't know if it's correct. But I think it depends on the time of year. Like in the off season, definitely we're drawing from the locals. So I'd say from September to early December, really it's the people that live here year round that are using the center, and then from like end of December to mid-April, a high concentration of second homeowners or visitors, and then we go back from like April to early June to our core, year-round population, and then the summer, mainly like mid-June through till August. Again, we get a lot of visitors.
Your logo is fantastic. Oh. They think it's funny. I love the logo.
We think it's funny that she's absolutely obsessed with it.
It's really pretty. How old is it?
I think that when I first started, we had a different logo that was really cheesy. So I was glad when they switched the logo. I want to say it's probably about 7 years old, more or less.
And did someone here design it?
Yes. Yeah, she's a former graphic designer did.
Okay. Did she work on your website as well?
No. We've gone through a lot of renditions of our website. It's still a work in progress.
Really?
It is.
It looks kind of amazing to be a work in progress.
Yeah.
Oh,
compared to other.
Well, that's good to hear. I'll pass that on because it's getting better and better. But like in my time here, I swear we've redone the website 10 times, and we're going to do a major overhaul this fall again. So, but that's good to hear because we're working towards a clean aesthetic.
It's very user friendly. The font family ties in with your logo and your image here. Very well done.
I'm going to pass that on. Good. We're all so hard on it. We can't find this or that, so that's good to hear.
Websites are hard.
They are.
Yeah. But they're worth it in the end.
I'm with you. It's so totally worth the investment.
design one that'll catch interest, especially with all the different varieties that are on the web.
And there's so much
hard to stand
info
out.
to put on there.
Yeah, and then we, what's amazing, and I didn't really. This is gonna sound stupid, but I didn't realize this until we had these architects. Sounds like you guys have been following our capital campaign and the design competition and.
Yeah, we talked to some people today about that.
Okay, yeah, my mind was even blown when these architects came in, and I listened to them, like what they've done, where they're from. I mean, they are on the top of their game, and it's like, wow, you want to work on us, like you're really fighting for this project, but they really see us as a diamond in the rough, which we are, and I do know that. But what they really pointed out, and I think I've taken for granted, is they noticed, we are like in a given day, the amount of traffic, different ages, walks of life, reasons for coming here. I mean, we're such a multi-purpose center. Like, people aren't coming here just to see our shows. They're coming here to work and have a coffee and be in an art environment. They're coming here to take a class, to drop their kids off at a birthday party, so we have a real multifunctional space, which makes us very unique. There really aren't that many art centers across the country that are like us. It was really interesting to see them point that out.
So what was this architect competition? Like, what did it consist of? And where are you guys planning on expanding? Like, which way?
Sure. So we knew we're, again, busting at the seams, and certain parts of our building if you saw our back offices, you'd see that there's actually like wind coming through them, like, or some areas, the sky could be falling, the roofs, just the building's old. It was redone in 1976. Before that, it was a garage, and then in 1976, it became the Kimballartcent Center, and they retrofitted it. But it was 1976, 2011. Been through a lot of wear and tear. So when the board, really in the last year knew this capital campaign was a huge priority and kind of number one initiative for them, I really commend them. They did their research, talked to a lot of people, and one of the biggest pieces of advice they were given was, you should really consider doing a design competition. Some of the most significant pieces of design and architecture have come out of these competitions, and especially given it being a community arts center. I mean, we're stewards of the community. Like, we're representing their needs and services. We're not operating under any one individual's direction. It's it's collective. So it just seemed like the right fit. So they hired an architect out of I believe Portland, I think it's Portland or Seattle, who's run a lot of design competitions, like for the Oklahoma bombing and many of the monuments in Washington, D.C., he ran those design competitions. So he really worked closely with the board to structure the competition, get the word out to architecture firms across the country, and so over 20 bid on it, and then a jury whittled it down to the final 5. They came out 2 or 3 weeks ago and kind of presented their case, like, this is who we are, this is what we do, and this is why we think we'd be a good fit for this project. And in December, they have to deliver a mock-up of what their design for the Kimball will look like. They'll be on display here through the holidays, and then February 2nd, I think, the jury decides who wins the bid. And then from there, they fundraise and hopefully break ground on, so it's going to be on that side, where the patio
steps,
is.
Yeah, the patio.
We just want more of a Main Street presence, because when the Kimball Art Center was originally established, everyone came to Main Street. Like, this was the hub, so everyone would walk past the entrance here. And then when they developed Lower Main Street, like 10 years ago, it shifted it. So a lot of people walk by our building and don't really understand who we are, what is here. So we need more of that Main Street presence, and then we need more space and a lot of other things.
Yeah.